with the market prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today? Can't hear you. It broke. Can you guys hear me over on YouTube? Down. Oh, Peter went down here. He was a good man. All right. Check. No, we cannot hear Peter. All right. We'll see what's going on there with Peter. But one of the things that's not working today is my streaming into our chat room. For some reason, I don't have permission to do that. I don't know
Hello.
why. Oh, there you go. Got you
Okay.
now.
It was my microphone. I couldn't. It was malfunctioning. Everything's malfunctioning today. What's going on?
oh, oh man, it is something. But yeah, I'm frozen because I have this open. That should be better now. All right, trying to so we cannot get the stream into the chat room. I don't know why that's happening. I It says I don't have permission. But again, we ran a great onboarding class last night, and that worked perfectly. And I share my screen, so not sure what caused that problem. So sound is there. If you want to see the video, you got to go on YouTube. Peter, there was a way you used to be able to stream it over. Are you able to do that?
Sure.
Into chat room? Yeah.
It's a little kludgy, but I can make that
Yeah,
happen.
it's a little funky with the timing. But yeah, for some reason it says obtain permission. I don't know why that's happening. Friends, while we get that going, a quick look at our gappers list this morning. Today we're running a retro setup here because Brent is off today. So I try to get his setup working, but I was having some glitches. So we're going old school. This is the one I used to run before we got into all this beautiful high-tech stuff that we're running. Here it is, friends. We are looking at this morning our gappers list. We got some data coming out that we're going to be talking about as well in just a few minutes. But right now, gappers list, we got a bunch in the red and a bunch in the green and a couple in the red this morning. So we'll take a look at what's happened with that there. But Peter, let's get right to some data that we have this morning.
Yeah, look, we got a couple of things on the economic calendar, but let's face it, they are not really important when compared to the Fed rate announcement, which is what everybody is waiting for. The markets yesterday felt like they were waiting for it. At least that's how I interpret things generally. Today, I expect more of the same. We have okay. So let's talk about what we do have this morning. Retail sales came out pretty much right on target, 0.3% growth. 0.3% is what was delivered. So nothing much to report there. That was the month over month core. The base retail sales was expected to contract by 0.2%. It grew by 0.1%. I mean, that's within a margin of error. So not much really happening. Later this morning, we do have the capacity utilization, industrial production. They don't move the market that much. 10 o'clock, we do have a couple other indicators. Oh, I updated the sheet. I guess it's not populating. Business inventories and the home builder confidence index are coming out at 10. So 9, 15, and 10. There are a couple of pieces of economic data, but they're not big. The big one continues to be this Fed rate. So, and Jared was giving me a hard time at the Engineering the Market show this morning because I was providing comments as he was talking, because he was saying how this is the first time we're going to get a rate cut. And the only thing I want to highlight is I think there's going to be a rate cut. I'm on the 25% rate cut side. So, but the popular opinion right now is there's going to be a 50-point rate cut. So, or half a percentage point. So everybody, you can see the numbers here, right? 67% think there's going to be a half a point cut. 33% of all the analysts think there's going to be a quarter point cut. 0% of the analysts think there's going to be no cut. The point I was trying to make is that there's a common saying in the markets: when everybody thinks that one way, be warned, right? Because it's usually at the point at which everybody thinks in one direction that the market changes radically, right? So I think there's going to be a rate cut. Like, don't get me wrong. However, I am not going to make a trade in advance assuming there's going to be a rate cut. Two big reasons. One, because if there really is going to be a rate cut, then it's already built into the numbers, right? So the stock prices may not move at all, or may move slightly against us if it's not what people expect. Let's say we get a quarter point versus the half point expected. The market could go against the direction you would expect, right? A rate cut is normally a good thing. We could see the market drop because it's not as much as was expected. The other reason is just preparing for the unexpected, right? Let's say the Fed decides to like surprise everybody and not cut the rates at all because they don't think that the inflationary pressures have reduced enough. I don't think that's going to be the case, but if that happens, I'm telling you, this market is going to lose its mind and we are going to drop like a stone in a clear pond. So just the only advice, and you guys have heard me say this like a trillion times by now, wait for the market to dictate, right? Wait for the price action to tell you what's going to happen. So I'm always like thinking what would happen if the other side happens. That's risk management in my mind, right? So I just want you all to sort of keep that in mind. I think there's going to be a rate cut. I think it's going to be a quarter point, but a lot of people think a half point. We're going to find out tomorrow afternoon. So just keep in mind, once again, that is at 2 o'clock when the rate cut gets announced and the computers are going to do their thing. And we're going to see, almost guaranteed, we're going to see a market, spike. I don't know if it's a spike up or a spike down, but it will spike. It'll probably resettle. Then we get the press conference, which should be a very interesting one because this is the first time we're going to get a rate cut in, or I don't know, 30 months, I think. So about 3 years
Yeah,
almost
it's been a
since we've
while.
seen a
Yeah.
rate cut. So just, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, what does that leave us for today? Well, it leaves us with, I think general volumes will continue to be low, except for the things that are moving. Yesterday, for example, Intel was great. It moved surprisingly because it had news. So anything with a catalyst can still move today. The regular stuff may move a little less than normal. So let's see what happens. Let's get to that gappers list and see what it's telling us is on track for some movement.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's jump right into it, guys. So, look at our gappers list. We got a bunch in the green. We're not going to go through all those this morning, but we're going to go through at least the top five, and then some of the names that we like here, like Microsoft, PLTR, Coin, Upstart, Mara. Actually, the bottom of the list looks much better than the top of the list. But let's start with GLMD this morning, up 45%. It is hard to borrow. SSR, low flow stock, 511,000 shares traded. So I don't like that. That is very light as far as the float. Peter, any good news on this one driving it this
I,
morning?
I mean, there must be because it's gapping up, but I don't honestly know why. Like you said, it's a small cap, which means it could be anything. I don't see any news, but frankly, there's not a lot of news outlets or analysts that follow it, so it's tough to tell.
Yeah. We'll skip on this one. I'm not interested in that one either. Let's take a look at WHLR. I think this was on our list yesterday. I recall. Yeah, Wheeler Real Estate. Again, just doesn't trade very well. I'm not interested today either. And let me show you. Look how brutal this thing is. This thing traded what 2 million shares throughout the entire day. There's literally
Yeah.
no volume as this thing is moving here. So I expect some more of that today. Maybe a little more volume since we're gapping up 21%. You can short it. Again, it's just there's nothing good about this one. Let's move to another one that you just spoke about earlier today that did trade very well. Yes, it was Intel. So if we look at Intel here, we do got some volume. It is up 6.5 this morning, 6.3 million shares traded. This thing is doing very, very well, Peter. I'm going to have it on my list again today. A lot of great activity so far this morning.
Yeah, and then yesterday they had some news that they got a good contract with the U.S. Department of Defense, which is good for them. Today they've got different news. They have announced that they are extending their partnership with Amazon. So the AWS, Amazon Web Services, is going to be using Intel chips in their I guess in their web platform, their server farms. So that's always good news for them. That's obviously a lot of volume, and it just comes with some prestige, right? Whenever Google, sort of signs off on your platform or your technology, that's good news for you. So I'm not sure that is actually going to drive a lot of volume, but it doesn't matter, right? It's all about the sizzle. not the stake for us here with Intel. So it just, renews investor confidence, because if you look at Intel, it's been a big laggard compared to a lot of the other semiconductors. So the fact that it's moving and it's got a couple of good announcements has got people excited. Keep in mind, there is some news to the downside. They do have a German chip factory, anyways, that they are delaying the opening of. So that's a little bit of bad news that they're having to delay that German plant. But other than that, I think people are still just generally bullish on Intel. Like you said, Carlos, I think it was the only. At the end of the day, when I was looking, it was the only semiconductor that had more above average volume. And I still think it was sort of hard to trade, but I mean, it was moving. And then look what it did at the close. Somebody at the close decided to just, sort of put it back in play, and it jumped like almost $2 there. And like that looks like an earning, right? Sort of type
Yeah.
of candle, but it wasn't. It was just, I guess someone, after the market closed said, yeah, let me take a bunch of shares. Good volume there, and it just popped up, and it's holding that gain. So could be another interesting day for Intel. I still probably prefer Nvidia, quite frankly, but it's in play.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I have it on my list today as well, guys, on Intel. Let's take a look at the next one on here. Is moving its way up. MBLY. This is up 6.3 to 327,000 shares traded. I don't
Humbly.
like this. Ugly, ugly. Mm, do you like this, Peter? What's going on? Latest and greatest.
No, this comes up every once in a while. It's sort of a weird one, right? Because a telco, or no, sorry, Mobile Eye Global. It's an auto parts. Sorry, it's an auto parts company out of Israel. I just remembered it was in Israel. I thought it was
Hmm.
a telco, but apparently they make. Anyways, whatever. I'm not sure why they're moving. It's probably not going to be a great trader, I would guess. I mean, when I watched it in the past, it wasn't. There's probably some news, but I can't find it. So I don't know what's going on.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
give
There
that a
you go.
truck there. Let's take a look
You
at the
mean,
next one here. Lee, LI. This is up 5.8. Only 316,000 shares traded. I don't like what I'm seeing here. It looks like it just got a gap up. It hasn't moved anywhere. No volume for the most part. So I'm inclined to
mm,
keep this one off my list. Just doesn't look good. Hasn't looked good in a
yeah.
very, very long time.
It's a shame. These ones were so much fun. Neo and Li and XPEV. They were great when they were moving, but that seems to be well behind us right now.
It
Yeah.
sure is.
Uh,
All right, yeah,
Mobileye
go ahead.
people are telling me it's sort of tied to Intel, so it's probably a sympathy. It's moving. MBLY is probably moving in sympathy to Intel. So
Yeah.
thank
Um,
you, chat room. See, people are on
yeah.
top of it, man. They know what's going on.
Yep, absolutely. Let's take a look at the next one here. HPE, they are up as well, 3.9 at 267,000 shares traded. I don't like the way the stock trades, so normally I just rather watch something else. Any news? Is this Intel related? I mean, what's going on with Hewlett Packard today?
They did have an upgrade this morning. Bank of America upgraded them. Actually, they had two upgrades. The biggest one is Bank of America. Not a big target price though. They moved their target price up from 21 to $24. But yeah, that's like you said. HPE doesn't typically trade very well. This sector doesn't trade well. This is sort of a IT services sector, and while it's familiar to me, it's not a good trading area.
Yeah, I don't like it. On to the next one. All right, these names look much better at the bottom here. Shop, Dell, Mara, CleanSpark, PLTR, to a certain point UPST. But let's look at Shopify. They are up 3% this morning, 115,000. Volume is a little bit light, but they got a nice pop of 3%, getting to their recent highs here on the daily. Is there anything going on with these guys, or it's just overall market stuff?
Good old Shopify. I do like Shopify. They're a local company for me. They got an upgrade. They did get another analyst upgrade here. Why? Well, is that it? Is that what's happening? Oh, Kathy Wood mentioned them too as a favored stock. I'm not sure if that's is that a good
Should be
thing?
gapping down
You
if that's the
Yeah,
case.
she used to be like the golden girl in the markets for a while, but yeah, that the blush is off the rose, so to speak, on that. But anyways, yeah. So probably the upgrade and the fact that Kathy Wood and her fund has said that they are favoring Shopify for some growth.
There you go. All right, let's get to some more here. Let's look at MSRT. Typically not a great one, but today they're up 2.6 this morning. I'd rather trade, look at NVIDIA, which I will look at today. I'll look at NVIDIA. I'll look at Apple and even AMD if they got some volume going. But this is not really my go-to, but it's on here today at 2.6. Um, I'd rather look at something else. Peter, anything on this one?
Sort of, I thought it was a little bit of weird news. MicroStrategy announced that they've issued a secondary offering, basically a debt offering, that they want to raise $700 million in order to buy Bitcoin. So they're raising like real money. Any crypto can get mad at me now. Real money to actually use it to buy Bitcoin. I like, you got to be bold to, if you're going to, why wouldn't you just buy Bitcoin yourself rather than invest in a convertible note with MicroStrategy so they in turn can buy Bitcoin? That seems odd to me. But anyways, that's what they said they're going to do. So somebody's going to find it a good investment, I assume.
Yeah. Uh, Paying out a little bit this morning. I can see Mara also on here, Clean Spark as well, gapping up a little bit. Mara is up 2.3. It's usually one of my favorite ones. I saw Coin earlier, it dropped off the list. But Coin and Mara tend to be decent. So I'm going to add them here to my secondary list. They're not great right now, but we'll see if they can get going. I heard in the radio, I think Trump is putting out some kind of plan in a conference about Bitcoin, overall cryptocurrency. So maybe that's causing some movement as well. But we've been hearing about this for a while now. So let's see if it actually gets
You
something
know,
going, right?
So yeah, Bitcoin's having a good, well, it's a little bit of a pop this morning, not
Yeah.
huge, but we'll see if we can get up over 60,000. It's at 59,445 right now. But in saying that, Carlos, you made me think. I'm actually sort of surprised that Trump has not issued his own crypto. I would have thought. I mean, he's tried everything else. He sells Bibles. He sold steaks. He's at a university. I'm really surprised he hasn't had a coin, at least not that I'm aware of.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would think that would be an obvious way to issue money that you'd never have to, give to people, because
uh,
it
yeah,
sort of fits his
absolutely.
business model, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Could work.
dangerous. I'm going to get people angry, but anyways, it's
Something, just give him a minute. Yeah.
yeah,
Who
he did
knows, man? Who
NFTs,
knows?
right? He made sneakers, for God's sake. Like, I mean, he's did pretty much everything else. Crypto seems like an obvious one. I'm
Yeah.
surprised, but
Yeah.
anyways.
All right, let's see where we go from here, friends. Let's take a look at Dell this morning. If we look at Dell today, right now, we're up 2.3, 169,000 shares traded. I'm looking at the chat comments. They're funny. Good stuff, guys. Um, yeah, 2.3, 169,000, light volume. This is a stock that I wish they would trade better, but they don't. So, I mean, when they have news, they could be a possible. Right now, the volume is so light. They're just barely making our list. So I'm not excited about that. Peter, I'm going to hop on to the next one unless you want to mention anything else on,
There
on
was
this one?
there was an analyst upgrade on Dell this morning. A lot of these seem to be moving. There's a lot of anticipation here with related to the Fed decision, and I see a lot of these common, like the big North America, big U.S. tech companies, Microsoft, Intel, Dell. They all seem to be moving positively on the expectation that rate cuts, probably because any company where they've got some debt services or they've got loans, right? It's always good when the interest rate drops for them. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, it sure is, man. I'm gonna put down a secondary again. Not too excited about that one. All right, let's stop here. Oh, one more POTR because I know people like this one, and actually, it traded decent over the last couple of days. Today, they're up 2.1, 1.5 million shares traded. I mean, they just been on the daily. They've been on a tear, right? So they've been doing very, very well. They're up $5 almost from this gap up that they had back on the ninth. So again, nice little run since then. I think it might be worth putting this one on the list. And again, their price action is just a little bit weird. You got to be careful with this one. But yeah, I like the volume this morning. Anything particularly happening with PLTR or just overall movement?
Well, there you go. It's
Mhm.
happened. Sorry, I
What's
was
that?
reading news here. Apparently, it's happened. Trump is issuing a coin. He just announced it yesterday, in fact. The Trump World Liberty Financial, which had a launch on X last night, apparently announced that they're going to be issuing a crypto token called WFLI.
Yeah, I thought I heard something like
WLFI.
that. Yeah, I thought I heard something like that this
WLFI,
morning.
World Liberty Financial Industries, I guess is what it stands for, or something.
Yes, that's what I
WLFI.
heard. The World Livery something. Yeah, yeah. I didn't know it
Yeah.
was actually an
So
actual coin. I walked in right in the middle of the commentary. But yeah, something like that. Um, all right, there it
apparently,
is.
according to this article, anyways, yeah, he's going to issue a token, a crypto token called WFLI. So there you go. He's took him a while, but he's got on there. Makes
Yeah, Lewis. So going back to PLTR, yeah, that was the pop that got him going here, right? PLTR was added to the S&P 500. That was last weekend. We traded that news last week actually and did pretty good there. And then at Dell, right? Was it Dell that was getting off or getting on? I don't remember. No, Dell. I forgot what Dell was happening. It was PLTR, Dell, and American Airlines, right? It was those three, Peter. And they were
mm,
like some coming off and some coming on.
yeah. I'm trying to go
But
back in my notes here, trying to remember
yeah,
what the heck was it with
it was
PLTR?
last week. But
Yeah.
PLTR was
Oh, they
like
got
the
added. They and Dell got added to the S&P 500. That's what it was
yeah, exactly,
on Monday.
exactly, yeah. And then
Yeah.
American Airlines came off, and I forgot the other one that came off in those two. But that was good news
Yeah.
for PLTR, and you can see they've been reacting pretty well on that news. So we'll keep them on here again. Let's see if we can keep that train going.
Etsy.
All right,
Oh,
Etsy was added, right, or
Etsy was
taken
taken
off,
off. Etsy
taken
and
off. Yeah,
American Airlines, I think, were taken off. Yeah.
yep, there it is.
Um,
Um, all right, Peter. Anything else on the gap up that you like this morning that's not on this list?
The semiconductor sector in general looks good. We already sort of talked about that. Nvidia, AMD, the usual type of volumes, I guess, on those. All right, a little bit lower than normal, I would say. Even Nvidia, normally when we talk about it at this time, it can have about 6 million shares. It's only about 5, but it's still great volume. Nvidia's been trading awesome the last little while. AMD's at its usual low rate. It used to be about twice the volume, 500,000 shares about this point in the day. Nowadays, it's only getting about 200,000. So, again, NVIDIA's the place to go, but the whole sector is looking green. And a lot of stuff are green this morning. Interesting, Apple's the only one that's not. I don't think it doesn't make our gap down list because it's only down by 0.2%. But, if I look at everything else, I mean, Tesla, Microsoft, Meta, Netflix, Google, they're all up this morning. So,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
sort of pick whichever ones you want. Like I said, I think we should expect volumes to be a little lower than normal. That's my expectation, anyways. But it doesn't mean they won't be in play. It just means that that they'll be a little the play will be muted, a little less aggressive than it might otherwise be.
Yeah. Let's take a look here. How about CrowdStrike? This took off yesterday. I got a little piece of action on that.
Yeah, I
CrowdStrike
saw
there.
people mentioning that.
Yeah, so it's CrowdStrike, Amazon, and there's somebody else. I forget the other company. They're working on cybersecurity. So the big winner out of the three was CrowdStrike. They're the smaller ones out of the
Yeah.
big giants. It was Amazon. I forget the other name. It was three of them. Man, I
Oh
forgot
yeah.
the other one, but it was big company too. But the big winner was CrowdStrike, and you could see that here with the way they're reacting. So could be nice for a secondary day, but they usually don't get a whole lot of volume. But I'll throw it here on a secondary. Let's see what happens out of them. All right.
Oh.
Friends,
Oh, so CrowdStrike expands cybersecurity startup accelerator
yeah,
with Amazon Web Services and NVIDIA.
NVIDIA. Yes. Now that you mentioned that
So
the
there you
title was
go.
NVIDIA. So out of those three, the big winner there obviously is CrowdStrike.
Yeah.
So uh,
Yeah, they're the smallest of the three, so it's going
yeah.
to have a bigger impact on them. Yeah.
Yeah, so big impact for them. Let's see if that can continue. Today, I'm going to have it on here, and we'll see where it goes. All right, let's get to the gap down, guys. TNON was on the list yesterday. It's on the list today again, and we're just going to give this a big old garbage truck. It looks horrible. I mean, there's really nothing to see here. So we'll move on to the next one. It's going to be NCNA. Does this belong here? It is down 5.7, 124,000 shares traded. No, this is so ugly. Garbage. Another garbage truck there. Let's head down over to SEDG. They gave me the button, Peter. I'm running the button today, so I could easily just click on these garbage
Yeah.
trucks here. Usually Brent's the one doing that. SEDG this morning. Another one that's just doesn't look good. So we'll skip on that one.
They got a
MGN.
downgrade this morning, but
Oh, it
yeah,
did.
no
Okay.
big news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there it is. MGNI. This looks brutal. Down 4.8,
Uh,
272,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just sorry, we're getting a lot of comments in the room. Yes, guys, the video is delayed in the chat room compared to what it normally is because I'm rebroadcasting off of YouTube back into the room because we were having some troubles getting it in there. So there is it's going to be out of sync. I'm going to look like a bad kung fu movie. My lips will not match with the actions. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's good. Just pretend we're speaking in German and you're hearing the translation by somebody else, and
there
then
you
that
go.
kind of makes it better. But yeah, let's check here, guys. What do we have? What do we have? MGNI is no good, so we'll skip on that one. SMMT makes our list every day here, and they're doing it again. They're down 2.3. SSR on this one. Looks like the fun is kind of turning here a little bit, so a little bit of some weakness of off yesterday and into today. I just don't like the way this thing trades. I don't like the lack of volume. I have not been watching it, so I don't know how clean these moves have been here. They're very aggressive, 32 down to 29. I mean, 33 down to all the way to 28. That's very nice. But I just don't know how clean that has been. So, Peter, any thoughts on this one? It's been our list almost every day this week, I think, or in last week.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it's been on our list. Like we said, that volume's been up in the last little while, which I think is the only reason why it keeps hitting our list. Because they had that, I think they had a reverse stock split, didn't they? If I remember, and then that's sort of why was it Summit or maybe it was something else. I don't remember. But anyways, I don't know. Look, you can see the ninth something happened because that's when the volume came up, and it's been here ever since, but it has not traded well. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't spend
Um,
any time on it.
Yeah, doesn't look good. And yeah, that kind of covers that, my friends. That's the gap down again. A lot of things, even the gap
I
is getting a little bit bigger as things starting to get more volume and hit the scanners,
yeah.
but not looking good. Peter, anything that you like on the gap down?
Nothing that we haven't talked about, but I did have a question for the room. I was trying to remember, there was a stock yesterday that John was talking about that like hit a high of like $40 and it was at $2 when he was looking at it. It started with a J, I think, but I can't for the life of
Hmm,
me remember the ticker. JBDI, is that it? Thank you. See, I knew
JBDI.
somebody in the room would know. You guys were
Oof,
quick on that.
look at this.
JBDI. Yeah, yeah, look at that. Hit a high of almost $40, closed at $2.13.
What in the
These are
world?
the
And this
these are the
this just IPO'd? Yeah, it just IPO'd.
yeah, fairly recently, a couple weeks ago. But there are these stocks like every single day. There's a bunch of these out there, right? And they're total garbage. This is the type of stock you got to be really careful of. Like go back and look at a 1 minute chart, or even a 5 minute, but look at it short term. And imagine if you were trading this and thinking, I got this, and it's around 10:30. It's moving up nice and steady, right? You think, oh, like you get in at $35 and hold on. It gets halted at 39, and you think this is going to be awesome. It's going to pop up, and I'm good.
Mm,
And then look what happens on the way down, right? Drops all the way down to like 32, halt. Opens at 27, halt. Opens again at 20, halt. Opens again at 15, halt. Like it's horrible. This is the type of thing where you could just be very, very hurt if you got into
yeah,
this at the wrong time and thought you were going to ride it out. So it's
yeah,
why
that is scary,
it's
man.
it's it's always exciting, right? You look at this and you're like, oh man, like you could double your money on a trade, right, on one of these, but you got to look at the downside. Gotta look at it.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I doubt this was shortable yesterday. I mean, it's not shortable today. They're usually these small stocks aren't usually shortable. So yeah, you could short it, but you got to be aware of that too, right? Like you can get hurt if you short it and then it just pops up. Especially things that are moving this much, right? You short it and then imagine if it pops up $5. When it's
yeah.
only $20, like that's a 25% move against you. Anyways.
managing your risk on these things is just
Yeah.
it's almost impossible because you're seeing these moves here, but this could happen so fast. It doesn't give you a chance to even get out of the trade, right? So it's just got to be careful. All right, friends. So that was that one. Let's go to you guys. What do you guys like this morning? I see here we're looking at RYDE. What's the deal with this? Oh, this is another. Oh, we're just talking about ugly type stocks. This is of another ugly type stocks garbage here. So yeah, this is the stuff you want to kind of stay away from. So garbage there.
I've
Um, yep.
as so somebody put this in the room. This one comes up every once in a while. It is funny. This this little meme here. Let me get it up on the screen so you guys can see it. This one always amuses me. Are you winning, Dad? No, son. Just pack your suitcase. I lost the house. So that's that is not the situation you want to be in. Don't
Yeah.
be that guy.
Oh man, that is awesome. There's some good ones out there. That's
Yeah.
definitely a good one. All right, let's take a look here. DECK. Oh yeah. Was this a split though? This looks like a split.
Decker's
Yeah.
Outdoor Corp.
Yeah, this looks like a split. This is not a drop. So it was at
Yes.
950 and they got a split. Yeah, yeah, that's different. It's a little bit different there. All right, what else, friends? What do you guys like this morning? Microsoft. Yeah, let's take a look at Microsoft. We'll see what other usual suspects should be on deck this
6 for
morning.
1.
There you go. Microsoft is up 2%, 493,000. This could be a good one. Again, just the overall market is doing well right now. We're getting a nice little rally going into this Fed decision, Peter. And all I hear is 25 or 50, 25 or 50. Is it that much of a difference? Can we be happy with whatever we get here? We're getting something, right? I think let's just worry about if we don't get something. Okay, now we start flipping out. But people are
Yeah.
making such a big deal about 25 and 50. My goodness. It's
It's
not that serious, I guess, but I don't know. You tell me.
well, I mean, not for you, but I mean, you know, when you're dealing with billion-dollar bets, right? And
Yeah, yeah,
you know, a 25 point, you know, a quarter percentage point change in the interest rate makes a big difference. So yeah, it's people are putting big bets behind these things, and that's why I said, like, it's sort of almost no matter what happens, somebody's going to be wrong, right? Like, we know that's a
yeah, yeah,
guarantee. The question is how much money is behind what's wrong, and how much adjustment do they have to make to sort of clean it up, or make it right again. So I think it's going to be fascinating. Whatever happens, the market's going to move. It's just a matter of how much. Like, we could be sitting here tomorrow afternoon and say, well, that was boring, right? Like,
yeah,
it could all
yeah,
be over in a matter of a couple of minutes. I don't think that'll be the case, but it's just been so highly anticipated. Again, it's been so long since we've had a rate cut that everybody's like all excited about it. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sort of
yeah, yeah,
almost like, Thursday should be a good trading day, I'm hoping, because all that'll be behind us, and then we can just focus on regular stuff. But
yeah,
we'll see.
yeah. And we're getting through December here. Again, usually typically a very slow month. The only reason why we're having so much fun is because of this Fed decision that's actually going
Mm.
to, have a rate cut, right? So, but typically this month is pretty bad, pretty slow. So we're getting a little bit of a bonus here. All right, friends. What else do you guys have this morning? MULN. Let's see here. No, 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 no. Where's the truck? Get the truck on this thing. No good. All right,
I've
let's
I missed that. We haven't had a lot of Carlos's no.
yeah, yeah, we have not. All right, friends, let's stop here and let's take a look over on our community events and announcements. You can always check that at bearwoodtraders.com. And you click on webinars. It's going to be right up here. And once you do that, you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. So Peter will run you through. Today is Tuesday.
Tuesday. It is, which means it's strategy day. And this has been anticipated for a while. We had to reschedule it due to an illness of one of the presenters from about a month ago, but we're back on tonight. It's finally tonight. Now, it's tonight, meaning 1 hour after the market close at 5 p.m. when we're doing the tax webinar that people have been looking forward to. Now, this is for our U.S. traders, right? If you trade in the U.S., this will be very useful. If you're not U.S. based, less useful. But I know we always get so many questions about taxes, and they're not ones we can answer. It's complex, like most jurisdictions. dealing with day trading is very different than dealing with investing or long-term hold of stocks. So you got to be careful about how you manage it. It's important you understand the tax implications. There are benefits, but there are also implications. So make sure that you understand it. That's happening at 5 o'clock today in our webinar room for all of our elite members. Next week, Mike is taking over the airwaves, and he's going to be talking about how you leverage the scanners to manage the high of day break trade strategy. So he's talking specifically about that strategy, and then how does he identify the stocks and then take action once he finds them. So the scanners help him with that. He's going to talk you through and show you sort of how he does that. That's at the usual time of 8 o'clock next Tuesday, the 24th. So those are our two webinars for today. I will add that Thursday is going to be exciting. We do all of our mentorship stuff on Thursday. But in the mentorship, the 2 o'clock mentorship with Jared and Megan, they actually have a special guest with Spot Gamma is going to come and talk about their tooling and some of the capability that they can add to options trading. And then they're going to be live with us into the close. I think we'll be YouTube broadcasting that, but that'll be Thursday afternoon. So we got a couple of unique YouTube broadcasts. I know that we're actually going to be live back on YouTube for the rate announcement we keep talking about. I guess I should be mentioning that more often. But anyways, live here. So if you're trading a Tuesday afternoon and you want to join us, being that the rate announcement comes out at 2:30, we'll probably be going live around 1:30 or so, maybe 1:45 if we don't get our act together sooner. But we will be going live, so we're ready. We can watch together. We can talk through. So what does it mean? How does it look? We won't tell you what to do, but we'll talk through, sort of what's happening in the markets and how we can play it. So that should be exciting on Wednesday afternoon, live on YouTube. Well, obviously we're live in the room. We do that all the time, but we'll be live on YouTube as well. So that should something to look forward to. It's just tomorrow afternoon. What fun. If you want to join us in the chat room, right, so you can be with us live all the time while the markets are open, we would love to see you. Go to bearbulltrading.com, Bearbull Traders. Sorry, I got to say it right, bearbulltraders.com. And you can find our different membership options, different tools, get the information about what we do. You can get the intro offer, which if you're listening right now, you can get for a discounted $1 deal. We don't have this banner to come up because we're using our old school platform here, but it's bearbulltraders.com/YouTube, and you can get access to the $1 deal. It's basically all you get in the intro, but for only $1. Then if you want to join us, the basic early monthly packages are available because you can only do that deal once. Then you need to join with the basic or elite monthly or the elite annual, which is by far your best deal, by the way. If you're thinking of doing it for multiple months, you might as well use the annual. It's the best deal. So check it out. Hopefully we'll see you in the chat room sometime soon. If you're sticking to YouTube, we appreciate you, and give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, helps with the growth. We had this big surge up to about 500,000 subscribers, and then we slowed down again. So we'd love to accelerate that as we hopefully gather more traders who want to trade with us through the day. It's been great. You guys want to join? Paris is back. Thor's here.
Yes.
We got Brian at the open. We got Andrew climbing up the side of another mountain. He just can't resist the mountain. So he's, and why can he do that? Because he's made so much damn money trading, he can go climb mountains all the time, and that's and buy Lamborghinis. It's been a joke in the community for a long time about buying a Lambo, and he finally went and did it. I think he got tired of the jokes. He said, "Fine, I'm just going to buy one." He did buy the SUV, by the way, not the.
Yeah, he went subtle. He went a little subtle with the.
Yeah,
with the
at least it's somewhat usable, right?
yeah.
So
he didn't get the one with the doors up in the air with an orange color with a bullhorn in the front of the hood, right? That would have been.
That being said, I should be careful not to throw rocks. I mean, I am a Porsche owner. I do own the supercar, so I shouldn't talk about it. But anyways, it's whatever. But Porsches are much better than Lambos, in my opinion.
Yes.
All right.
All right, excellent. Friends, hit that thumbs up over YouTube. Really appreciate it. 172 likes, but we have 541 viewers. So if you can help us there, that would be awesome. It does help us out a ton. All right, let's get into some business here, guys. So our watches right now, Intel, PLTR, NVIDIA. I am going to add. Oh, look at Intel. Intel's on the move, looking very, very nice. Dropping a little bit here, but that looks good. I am going to add Meta. Meta's also on the move here as well. Had a nice day yesterday, so I'm going to put that on the list. Meta's pre-market action normally tends to be a little bit dull, but at the market open, they get going. So I have them on here today to see where it goes. So Intel, Meta, POTR, and Nvidia on my list. And we got some good ones like Microsoft is also moving. Coin and Mara have both of them on here. Mara looks a little bit more interesting with just more volume. And then we have Dev and CrowdStrike. So just got a little bit of everything just in case things get going here. Let's do some levels starting with Intel. Right now, Intel's dropping a little bit more. Huge pop last night into 23.31. And then this morning dropping down towards the low of the pre-market at 21.61 at the moment. Below that, we do have the highs from yesterday. You can see that right on here, and the previous day close on here as well. So we're going to have that set for you. Going back to our daily, we have a level here at 22.09. So we're going to slam one there as well. And I thought we did mark our high of our pre-market. Oh no, hold on. This is our high of our pre-market over here, 22.79. There we go, 22.79. This 23.31, that was last night, which we also want to mark this down in case that means something. And if you look at this, we go into this huge gap down that we had a couple of 2 months back now, almost a month and a half. Huge gap down that just didn't do very well. That was their earnings, and they just bombed it. Their future outlook did not look good at all. We're starting to get into that gap that we had at least in a couple of points here, but let's see if that can continue depending how things go with Intel. But right now, showing some weakness as we're selling off from the pre-market highs. Here's PRTR. Good news, right? They got added to the S&P 500 last week. Or was announced. I'm not sure when they actually got added, but 37.18 is the high of the pre-market here. Towards the bottom, lows for the last two trading days, levels for the last two trading days, highs and lows. Good job there. Previous day close. I don't think you need to add anything. And since that announcement, they just been crushing it. They've been doing very, very well in the last couple of weeks here. Heading to the left, we're sitting at all-time highs. I don't think we were, but let me just check on the weekly. Let's go to the weekly here. No, when I guess when the IPO, they went crazy here. Look at this IPO back in 2020. The IPO, then they just went all the way up to 44. And we're finally starting to see some of these numbers get up there. 39, 38.99 is a good level. I'm going to add that there. And then the next one we have is really 44.86. That's way up there. We're not going to go that high. So let's see where it takes us here. So PRTR looking good this morning. Great volume of 2.1 so far. Let's take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia today, 6 million shares traded. Very low volume. Look at that. Look at us saying very low volume on a stock that's trading 6 million. But compared to what we're used to, right? We're seeing 10, 12 and higher by this time, 9:15 a.m., right? 15 minutes before the market open. This thing is rocking with volume. But nevertheless, 6 million is nothing to laugh at. High of the pre-market, 1840 is a good level. We'll mark that there. And we just kind of been going sideways a little bit here. But even in this sideways action, right, we're not getting these big old days here. There's still a lot of opportunities. We've seen some really, really good trading. We hope that continues today as the market rallies here towards the upside. So high of the pre-market, 118.40. The lower is just slightly below the previous day close over at 116.11. So just a little bit higher, a little bit more right over here. There we go. 116.11 is your pre-market low. We just want to have those two things marked down, and you have your, again, just this range that we just kind of been back and forth on. We'll love to see a breakout here. So right now looking to test the high. So over here around 120 as we break the pre-market high there. We're talking about this in chat. You know, we don't want these stocks running away from us. They are cranking this morning. We'd love for them to just leave some action for us by the time we get to the market open here. 121.70 towards the top, just in case on NVIDIA. And if we head down to Meta, we do have the pre-market high right now at a 538.57 towards the bottom. Plenty of levels. Previous day close, high from yesterday, highs from 2 days ago, and then the lows from the last two trading days. So all this down here is plenty of levels for you to work with. You don't have to add anything else. Let's focus towards the top. We do have a recent high over at 544.57. We'll definitely slam on there. And once we look to the left, is that our... Oh, that's our all-time highs, guys. We're looking really nice on Meta. Unless we have something in the pre-market that's not showing here, right? Sometimes Let's say on this day it could have went to 550, and that's not going to show here if it happened in the pre-market or after hours. But for the most part, I have 544.57 as my all-time highs here, and we're trying to test that here. So Meta looking good this morning. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, you are pretty much set there. So uh, there it is, friends. That is my list. Let's walk over to see what our friends are watching this morning. Peter, I'm going to bring this list over, and we'll review these, and we'll see what else we're up to this morning. We get Brian and I believe Lenny trading with us live today.
Yeah, I'm just trying to put this in for myself. I want that all-time high on Meta, 544.23. It looks like. So
Yeah.
there we go. Yeah, maybe I should have added Meta to my list. We'll
I
keep an
like
eye on
Meta.
it.
It's looking interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Whoops, I posted that wrong. Okay. Okay. It looks like Lenny. So let's start here at the top. Lenny is going to be trading Amazon, Meta, Tesla, Nvidia, Intel, and TDOC. Not one we talked about, but there you go. Mike's keeping it short with Meta and Intel. Thor's watching Tesla, Nvidia, and then his futures contracts. Pierre, sorry, is watching Nvidia, Intel, PLTR, and Tesla. Jared's watching Apple and AMD. Also keeping an eye on Intel, and then the the indices with some gamma strangles. Avi's watching Nvidia, AMD, and Tesla. Jared's making fun of me. Phil is going to be trading Nvidia, SPY, Apple, Meta, and Tesla. I'm going to keep it tighter than normal. I'm just going to watch AMD, Nvidia, and Apple. I'll keep an eye on Intel. Very unlikely that I'll trade it, and I'll watch the scanners to see what moves. Brandon's going to be watching Nvidia, Intel, PLTR, and Tesla. There's no IPOs and no SPACs today. I didn't mean to make that so bold, but it's I clicked the wrong button, so sorry about that. And then Brian is going to be watching Nvidia, Tesla, AMD, and Meta that he's already long on with some calls, so he's trading it with options. And then Netflix. I'm not sure why Netflix, but I'm sure he's got a good reason. And then last but not least, our buddy Paris back in the saddle here, trading Nvidia, Tesla, PLTR, MSTR, and Intel. So welcome back, Paris. Good to see you up there on the list. He took some time off, and that's the joy and the brilliance of trading, right? You can take whatever time you want. So we're happy to just have him back with us. All right, that's what we got on the list. Carlos has already told you what he's looking at for this morning. We're getting ready to trade live with Brian and Lenny, like you were saying. So should be a good morning. Like we were been telling you guys, I think it's going to be lower volumes today. We'll see. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's the expectation with the big news announcement coming tomorrow afternoon, 2:00. We will be going live on YouTube. At least that's the plan, to talk to you live through that, somewhere 1:30 to 1:45. So we'll be ready for that when the computers read the rate cut. We're assuming it's a cut, whatever it is. And then, of course, the press conference after that. So hopefully we'll see you there. But between now and then, we've got a whole day and a half of trading to get through. So trade smart, and you guys should be good. Carlos?
Yes, sir.
You still out there? You're quiet. There you go. I know you're there.
I'm here. All right, let's just wait. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if Lenny and Brian can log into my setup.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give
that.
them.
Yeah,
You're
they're
gonna have
gonna
to
just
give
have
them
to
some
log in.
details.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Hold on, let's get them some information over here. I'll put it on.
All right, I'll let you do that.
Tab. Yeah.
Why don't anybody have a topic I can rant on? What can I talk about? I didn't have any rants. I'm feeling good this morning. I went out to a spinning class this morning. Spent some time in the steam room. Took a nice cold shower. Ready to go. So it's all. I'm feeling good. Peloton. You want to rant about Peloton? Yeah, I didn't use Peloton. They don't have Peloton bikes at our gym. Actually, it's funny. There's a gym that's opening here that I was so excited about because they were advertising the heck out of this thing for this pre-announcement, and now it's opened. It's not opened. They're now accepting payments for their membership, and it is so freaking expensive. It's one of these where it's like it combined the indoor pickleball, which is important here in Ottawa because over the winter, obviously, you can't play outside, and getting an indoor spot is very difficult, in
Mm.
high demand. So I thought, oh, maybe I'll join this gym. I can do the gym and the pickleball at the same time, and that's not happening. It is just ridiculously expensive. So I am I'm gonna have to like just not play over the winter. But I had a good weekend. I was watching some pro women play, and it's very impressive when you watch pros play any sport. You can laugh at pickleball because I mean it started with like old white people playing it, and I'll grant you that. But when you watch pro players, the hand speed, their hand eye coordination and reaction time is very impressive. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, with that, I'm scanning the stocks here to see what I like on the markets. I'm interested in Apple just because it's the only thing that's down. When everything else is green and Apple is gapping down, I'm thinking that that people may be sort of moving aside from it. I sort of regret. I also have a little regret from yesterday. Great trade off the open on Apple, and I sort of screwed it up. I got out way too early, and it had sort of a great drop that you could take advantage of, and then sort of moved up for a little bit after that. So just great movement on it. So Craigie, is iPhone 6 a bad Apple? I don't. I think it's just sales were down compared to what they were hoping for. I'm not surprised. Like we said, it's you're not going to get me to pay for a new phone just so I could have the AI bot spy on me even more actively. I know they're promoting it as it's built around their AI intelligence platform, and it's much more intuitive in how it works. But their ads were not impressing me. So I'll just leave it. I'm good, right? I upgraded. This is a 14, I think. I don't even know. I don't even know what phone I've got. I have no idea. But
No,
being that it's now
you got the
almost,
15. You got the last
do I
one
have
that
the
came out last
50?
year,
It's
right?
almost two
Yeah.
years old. So is that the
Oh, I thought you. I don't know
about?
if it's 2 years old.
No,
Maybe not.
14 plus.
Yeah, yeah. If it's two
So
years
there
old
you
now.
go.
Okay. Man, that
So
felt like yesterday. Wow, time is flying.
I know
Um,
I got it right before my son's wedding, and I know that
right.
it's only 2 years that he's been married. So,
Yeah. No,
anyways,
big
I
big
mean, hey,
wrestler
look, I
in our
upgraded
you.
from the
Yeah.
6S to the look, and it still sits. I keep it here on my desk. I keep it plugged in because otherwise it'll die in minutes. But it's still here, so
Yeah. Still works.
works.
All right, perfect. Lenny, give me one sec. I gotta hop off so that we can get your audio correctly. So I see Lenny and Brian are hopping in here. We're gonna move over just to them in a second. Guys, have a great trading day. Stick around for Lenny and Brian trading live. I'm gonna get that feed over in just a second. So just don't hop off. I gotta do a switch here because I'm
Oh my.
working with limited resources. So, all right, excellent. We'll chat with you guys in just 1 minute here.
You may feel a slight tingling as he connects.
That's right.
In the chat room, guys, I'm going to cut my screen just because it does lag, and I need my screen back to trade when the open rings. So you'll be able to. We're going to do this old school. Lenny and Brian should be able to share their screens. You can watch those, obviously, in YouTube. We'll be streaming some. Carlos will be streaming that, so we'll get you all set up.
All right, you should be good to go, Lenny.
Good morning.
shares traded. Could be interesting for today. Hey, I still cannot hear Ian. So, what else we
Okay,
have?
I'm good. Can you hear me now?
Okay, I hear you very, 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 very low, and also hear myself as an echo.
Because I can't, for some reason, vMix isn't working. I've tried going on and off a bunch of times. Okay.
Yes, I'm not sure of everything.
Brian, our traditional vMix is not working today because Brent's not here, so we're
Entirely
together with Carlos.
Oh, I
okay.
see.
So both are clear for the market, but Brian, I can only hear him like he's speaking 3 rooms further away.
So I don't
Very
know
low
what do you mean by the traditional vMix? Am I using a different vMix link?
So I cannot hear Brian.
Keep doing what you're doing. It's good. Lenny, probably because you need to go turn on the speaker in the room. Then you can hear Brian.
Okay, yes.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, it's a little bit of disorganization as we're getting started here, but let's pull it together. We've got 30 seconds before the open. Microsoft, $60 billion buyback. Intel, another deal, or at least looking at splitting off their factory, their foundry business. SPY all-time high.
Hey, Brian, I'm back.
Good. All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. So where are you looking at today?
There you go.
So market's open. Ding, ding, ding. Let's go.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Here we go.
That's the first move down in the market. It started the first 20 seconds a little bit of red, but that doesn't have to mean anything. Nvidia is starting strong, by the way, today. And actually, Nvidia also looks on the daily chart pretty strong, right? See, like the move up.
Yeah, we got long Tesla. It's going to 31 here.
Yes, Tesla also going as a rocket.
Is selling some to 31.30. Some more to 31.50. Big ask at 232, 233.
Very nice. Nvidia made a convincing first 1 minute candle. SPY also making a 1 minute opening range break out now. I'll be waiting a few minutes. So Tesla still going strong. Very nice, Brian.
Yeah.
Microsoft still trading in the pre-market range. Amazon also convincing.
Selling some more here, 232.30.
Nvidia retesting the pre-market high. Not holding.
Sold some of my Meta calls. They're up like 40%. Can't.
Very nice.
Here we go, 233 on Tesla. What's Amazon doing? Amazon's popping up here
Like a
too.
rocket as well, Amazon moving up
Yeah.
$2 in just 3 minutes.
Yeah, Amazon's strong.
I really felt the daily chart looks super, super strong for a continuation setup. But it's a very strong move in the first couple of minutes already. Interesting in Tesla, the third candle has more volume than the second candle. In Tesla, the candles are diminishing in length.
Sold, selling more at 233 here, 233.12. More orders, 234, 235. Tesla's on fire today. Whew.
Yeah, really, really strong.
Yeah.
Intel about to break the opening range for a short. It was a convincing last candle with volume closing at the low. Could have been an interesting 1 minute ORB or 2 minute ORB. It would be the same. But somehow I'm a little bit hesitant.
Apple's selling off again.
Yeah. Interesting, Apple. Already in the pre-market, it looked different than the other tech names.
Yeah.
Completely different price action.
Struggling.
So Qs are now breaking the low of the day. It's a little bit erratic, starting a day with a move up. Subsequently going to the lower side of the range again. Microsoft very choppy. And what about Meta?
What about Meta? Meta's
very choppy also.
wow. Meta's taken off again. Using SPY, kind of selling a bit here.
I think on the one hand, Meta looks very strong, but also there's a lot of overlap, a lot of wiki price action from the top side, from the bottom side. It's not what I look to trade.
Yeah. Tesla, Nvidia sold off a bit here. Surprising. Just watching Tesla right now. See if we bounced off the View app. See if we can put in a rally here. Here we go.
Yeah, let's see if Tesla can make another move, a continuation move. It has the most ARVL from the big tech names, Tesla.
Yeah, we just added back a little bit just to see if we can get a rally back here to a high of day near 234. SPY is bouncing, Qs are bouncing. AMD came down all the way to PDC. Whew. Whoosh. All right, do or die here. Let's see if Tesla can push through 233 again. Not liking that. Back down to the View app.
Meta just broke out.
All
High
right.
volume.
Well, that's good, like that. Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking I might get out of Tesla. Rest of Tesla. My average is a little bit higher now because I bought back some more. So I'm thinking I'm bailing on it. Didn't like the way I lost the VWAP there. I'll leave the rest. Okay, well, that was a good trade. It worked out okay. What's Meta doing? Wow, Meta popped and dropped. What the Q's doing, SPY.
I think that's the issue with this very choppy price action in Meta. Then it's
Yeah,
not worth it. Breaks out, comes back. It's
yeah.
dangerous.
Hmm.
Perhaps Intel could sell off later on, not right now. I think now the last candle look a little bit too strong. But perhaps in a minute or 3, 4, 5, 6, who knows? It gives confirmation. Retesting, coming back down. Intel could be a short, but not for now. Tesla still holding, at least.
Yeah, Tesla bounced off the 9 EMA. So that was solid support, that 9 EMA, which is often an area where you get support in an uptrend or a downtrend, you get resistance. All right, Q's bouncing back. Yeah, I think this price action is going to be a little bit choppy.
I mean, because of the decision tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think what people are sitting on their hands.
Everybody waiting to see what's going to happen.
Kind of watching Meta here to see what I should do with the rest of these calls. So yeah, if you were with us last evening at the close, I was trying to buy some calls on Meta. I ended up getting some. I tried to double my position, but didn't get a fill.
Airbnb made an interesting breakout on the daily chart I see right now.
Yeah, Airbnb got a upgrade from somebody. Okay, Meta, what are you going to do? Just right now, only position I have of these that I'm managing is these calls from yesterday. So Amazon's still spicy. Apple's going nowhere.
We made an initial move up, and now it's very choppy. Both Amazon, also Tesla. Perhaps they set up for another move up, but
Yeah.
for now, don't see a reason to bet on it.
Tesla just doesn't look like price action. Just doesn't look like it has convicted buyers. Let's see what it does.
There is some signals from buying from the bottom in Tesla, from the bottom of the range.
Yeah.
But the question is if that's enough to push it up. If we get a good risk to reward.
There is definitely some orders at 234 and 235. Some small orders at 233. Yeah, I don't like the way that, I see it just pulled back.
Look at NVIDIA, by the way, it's breaking down.
Oh, yeah. See what AMD looks like. AMD has gone red on the day.
So semiconductors a little bit weak intraday today.
Yeah.
Let's wait to see if we can find a very nice trending price action.
Come on, Meta. AMD is dropping. AMD has, there's some orders at 151.50. I don't know if the book is kind of balanced on in AMD. I mean, it's kind of set up like it could rip higher or it could drop. So I'm not really liking the way it looks. Kind of did a bit of a false breakdown there. Might get a bounce here. I don't know. AMD, I don't have any. I don't feel like I have an edge. What's Amazon? Amazon's breaking out. John, there's your high. 5-day break.
There's it going.
Yeah. There you go. I think we're 189. There's some big orders there. Ooh. Pull back. We've tested AR6. Wow. Yeah, and Tesla just not making any progress. AMD dropping now. Back to low of day.
Microsoft making a move, breaking out as well.
Yeah, that we're loving that that buyback, $60 billion, increasing your dividend as well.
It's quite an aggressive breakout from Microsoft. First lot of chop, first 10 minutes, 12 minutes, and then suddenly this breakout. I really would like to see a lot of more confirmation now before I could even consider to enter.
Mm-hmm.
Intel not breaking the low of the day as well. I think Intel could make a move south further today. Show a lot of weakness pre-market, post-market, intraday. The question is it going to give a good entry with a good risk to reward?
Yeah, semis definitely under pressure here. Well, Tesla rolled over. Now it's a 920 trade maybe. Could bounce here, but I just don't kind of don't like the way it popped, and now it's selling off. We let the dogs out.
Airbnb remains strong today. That's the one of the few stocks really trending for so far I'm seeing now.
Wow, Apple just went green.
Amazon grinding up again to the high of the day.
Yeah, just right at R6.
I never like to get long like in stocks that are grinding up. I really prefer to see like a nice move up and then expect a pullback and then some signals in the pullback and not these stocks that are grinding up. Even though it's grinding up, it doesn't feel convincing.
Yeah, Tesla's dropping again through. Nvidia's dropping. Nvidia's going to go right to PDC. AMD, some orders there, sort of 150, 120, 5130. Ended up a little bit of a short on Amazon here. Just this rejection at R6 again. So I'm looking for the VWAP, sort of 70, 187.70, 187.80.
Nice. Interesting.
I'm just going to cover some here, actually. Going to cover more. That's it. I'm out. I think it's going to bounce off the VWAP here.
SPY also just made a new low for the day. At least like they broke the opening range.
ACK, nice short on NVIDIA. I think that's what we were looking at right now. That's AMD. You can see here we've got an order at 151. There's your VWAP. We got a lot of orders up here, 153, 54, 55, but I don't know. The book seems pretty balanced here. They may be a little bit even bearish. You can see the CVD, the cumulative volume, is red, which means there's sellers. NVIDIA is getting a nice little bounce off PDC. Still feel like it's in a downtrend. Had a big drop on the Qs and a sort of smaller drop on the SPY.
Yeah, SPY today is going up, going down, going up, going
Yeah.
down further. All in all, in a very tight range, so it's really low volatility day in SPY. Probably waiting for tomorrow.
Yep. I'm shorted a little bit of NVIDIA at 117.10.
Nice.
Well, let's see. I'm just thinking we are still in a downtrend, but it might just might hold here.
It's going.
There we go. Yeah,
Previous day close.
there we go. Just going to cover some again at 116.84. Just going to see if it, let's see if it breaks PVC here this time. Tested it again. Here we go. Very nice. Very nice. Just covered some at 169.69.
Very pretty. Also, spike is breaking down now.
116.69, I mean. Too many 69s in there. If that's even possible. All right, let's see here. What are you going to do, NVIDIA? See, we got a bounce back on Qs. Yeah, market's kind of interesting, looking a little weak. The wow, NVIDIA's, or not NVIDIA, AMD's back at yesterday's low. And here comes NVIDIA's back above my break even. See what it does at the 9 EMA, where it is right now.
Yeah.
1,000.
Intel might break the low of the day soon.
What is Intel doing? Yeah, Intel's really been just leaking off here slowly. It's not a big mover, unfortunately. Intel never is. Okay, we've still got a big order at 116.50 on NVIDIA, but feeling less love on the rest here. What are the Qs doing? Qs are still in a downtrend. We're still below the 9 EMA and the 2-minute chart. Same with the SPY.
Yes.
We are consolidating a bit here. We're going sideways.
Yeah. I like how Intel is holding weaker, staying low, more low than AMD and Nvidia.
Yeah.
I really feel like Nvidia and Intel gonna make a new low of the day soon, but just can't get an entry with so many wicks from the bottom side.
I'm getting out of the rest of NVIDIA. 117.29. So loss on the last little bit that I had, but it's probably heading back to the VWAP here. VWAP would be 117.60. Let's see if it gets there. it's getting sort of try to get through the 9 right now, 9 EMA, and then it's going to have to deal with the 20. Which is pretty close to the VWAP. So I would be looking for a rejection there if we get there. Lots of green on the screen still. Energy's up a little bit. Yields are up a little bit right now. All the yields. Bond price is down a little bit.
Intel now making low of the day.
Okay.
You see it
Intel's
goes.
going to go red.
Yeah. It's just
I said it just doesn't move very much.
it's not a really easy price actually to trade. You can see it
No.
looks more weakness strong, but
You
entries
could, I mean, you can get into it and use 2150 as a stop. It's only 19 cents. And then, you know, if you're looking at PDC, probably bounce there. That's 42 cents. So barely 2 to 1. 19 cents versus
yeah.
Q's bounced. Yeah, Q's are bouncing back now. SPY's bouncing back a bit.
I'm scrolling to the list to see where have been nice trends. But I can't really find a lot.
Yeah.
Airbnb still going. Airbnb could make like another move up, I think.
Apple's going green again. I just got rid of the rest of my Meta calls. You live just outside Medellin, right?
You know, I live in Medellin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. One of the neighborhoods outside Poblado.
Oh, okay.
Gonna be a great trip, all of us here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm considering perhaps Airbnb, but I'm not really sure about it. It's also looking very rangy.
You don't live in Comuna 13.
No. Comuna 13, no. Imagine like these people over there, they used to live like in a very simple place, and then now loads of tourists coming every day just looking at them.
Oh yeah, crazy. Must be crazy for people that live there now. Tesla's breaking out. Nvidia's Nvidia's getting to the VWAP here. The Qs are starting to move back up again.
Yes. Amazon going to the high today.
There's a big volume push on Tesla, back to high of day now. Fed Watch Tool has us now 61% chance of 50-point rate cut.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, man, the market's going to be disappointed if we don't get that. It's going to be,
Yeah.
I get the feeling. Intel bounced back with the market.
Yep.
Amazon, yeah, Amazon's retesting high of day here.
So far, no trades from my side. Still sitting on my hands, looking for a great opportunity. But I've seen that many times that like in the first 30, 40 minutes, I can't find anything. And then suddenly, for example, in minute 42 or more, so like 9:13 or 9:23, sorry, 10:23 or 10:13, 45 minutes in, there's just suddenly one or two great setups. Just waiting patiently.
Sean. Yeah. Well, Amazon, ooh. Tesla really breaking out here. What are we looking at? Boom.
Airbnb also going now. The whole market seems to be launching a little bit, the SPY as well. Last couple of minutes.
Yeah, Airbnb is breaking out to high of day. There's a there's a gap to fill on Airbnb from from the beginning of August.
Sold off quite hard end of July. Do you by any chance know what happened there?
Probably, yeah, might be earnings or something like that. I mean, it really had a couple of really rough days there, and then another huge drop. So first gap is well, I go by the bottom of the wick. We've already filled it, 122. Go by the open, it's 123.77. We're not there yet. Yeah, it's really gappy here. Lots of holes left in the volume.
Yep.
Wow, Tesla, that was a nice, I don't know if anyone caught that. Good short off of R6. Bit of a rejection there. AMD did a pretty nice 920. See if it's see what it's going to do here after touching the 20 and the VWAP almost right at the same location, and PDC. Man, that was I missed that. That would have been a really good trade. Shorting AMD right at PDC where VWAP and the 28 was.
Yeah, it's a nice confluence, right? And also actually also
Yeah.
retesting the range of 935 to 945. So
Yeah.
that was also retest area.
Wow, Airbnb is still going.
So Amazon now breaking high of the day almost. I think Amazon looks okay, strongish as well. Also, it's getting fueled by the SPY. SPY is really breaking out.
Yeah. Qs are
Fresh
back
break
at high of day. Yeah, SPY's breaking out. Wow.
as a rocket into all-time high.
Yeah. Yeah, look at Airbnb is busting a move too.
Yeah.
John, hopefully you're in that one. We're mentioning it for you.
No, I doubt a little bit too long.
Yeah, Amazon's still having trouble right at that R6 level. Hmm.
I remember the Chinese stock that used to could trade very, very well, like for example Lee and XPEF. But now if you look
Yeah.
at Lee, gap up, look at the daily chart. The daily chart looks really, really horrible. All gaps everywhere, small candles, big candles. Intraday also today. So it gapped up a lot today. Pre-market closed strong. Intraday just one move up and just price action moving sideways. Yeah. Do you see any interesting at the moment?
Nothing. I'm just not seeing anything. I'm liking the setup on Airbnb. I'm just looking at that. Doesn't really have anything in the order book that tells me which direction it's going. Oracle's been slowly grinding back up here.
Oracle again. Traded
Yeah.
3 times in the last. I never traded it. Now traded 3 times, 3 different days in the last 7 days. Yeah.
Firm. Yeah, I guess we got those retail numbers this morning. They must have been, I think they were pretty good. So, pretty good. And as in the consumer seems to still be strong. Kind of looks like AMD is going to move back up here. Retail sales increased.
So retail sales still strong.
Apparently. Rose 0.1% in August versus what the economist estimates were looking for a 0.2 decline.
Okay,
So
that's strong.
yeah,
Well, the SPY looks really like a continuation setup on the 1 minute chart. Right, move up, pull back, low volume, strong candle. Yeah, they can't take the consumer down.
no. U.S. consumer.
Keeps on spending.
Yep. It's funny, you keep hearing about people that still haven't returned to work, which is kind of surprising. Amazon's telling their employees they have to go back to 5 days a week. I would have thought they would have been back 5 days a year ago, but
Yeah,
it's funny now you've got all these sort of, let's say, I think they're like Gen Zs that are used to working from home, at least
yes,
part time.
yeah. I think COVID started a potential revolution where everybody would be trading,
Yeah,
working from home, and they were still finding out if they like it or not like it, and things are not really concession about it. Perhaps some employers like it, others don't like it so much. I think most people, most employees, they like it. In balance, of course. I believe in the Netherlands, where I'm from, there's still money to spend from the COVID stimulus, but they don't have enough people to spend it because they're not
yeah.
enough workers. So they have like 11 billion euros just waiting to to spend. But yeah, there's nobody. They can't spend it. No workers.
So we had a nice comeback here on the markets, but now we're basically stalling at 5 day on the Qs, and see what happens with the SPY here. See if we get a. It is close to high of day right now. See if we get another leg up on the SPY.
Yes, by holding above the pre-market high, which is a strong sign. Market don't seem to be afraid for tomorrow.
No, not right now. I think Airbnb is going to 124.
We'll keep some moving.
I'm sure John's in that one.
Yeah.
It's like
Maybe
a
even multiple times.
high day push.
Airline is also strong UAL. If you're looking at the daily chart and a 1 minute chart.
Yeah.
Buell, you can really see the small controlled candles, really a trend up. Pullbacks not too deep, small candles. Pretty strong price action. Yeah, I'm looking to find something. But I think the most interesting is perhaps the SPY, how it's holding above pre-market high
Yeah,
range.
kind of thinking about selling some puts,
Okay.
some 565s, or maybe you should go down a little more. Just have it expire end of the day, and then I can use a stop.
Mm-hmm.
But just be nice to get a bit of a pullback. Quite often we get a pullback and then reconfirmation of a strong day. So still put that one in the ideas basket for a little later. AMD is really trying to break out of this breakout through PDC here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of orders to the upside if we can start gaining some momentum here. There's the pullback on Qs and SPY a bit. What's Intel doing? Intel's gone back up, eh?
Yes. Yeah, market pushed it back up.
Yeah, I don't know what didn't it kind of got down to yesterday's high, but it really didn't get there.
No, but also what's not so nice about it, like these wicks at 936, 946, 954. Yeah. It's really showing that there's like some kind of something is buying there.
AMD is still struggling, trying to get above PDC here. Get it picking up a bit of volume. Tempted to go long AMD, but markets.
Microsoft just broke down a little bit. Perhaps it wants to move further, but I would not bet on it.
Qs are rolling over. That's interesting.
Below VWAP now.
Yeah. I was thinking about going long AMD, but I don't like the price action in the market. Doesn't look isn't going to work with me on that trade. But AMD does look. I think it's trying to hold yesterday's level. Yeah, it does look like it wants to go up.
Yeah, it looks strong. Like the small candles controlled. So increased volume.
Damn. Should have taken that. Oh well.
Perhaps we're gonna make a pullback, right? And you could get an entry a little later. So far, increasing volume in this candle.
So R3 right now, which is 152, sort of 70. Got a big order at 153. Got a bunch of orders here, 153, 153.50, 154. NVIDIA's popping as well. Well, hopefully some people took that trade. Anybody in the room take that trade? Nice.
Pretty nice one.
Definitely was speaking to me as a long. Here comes 153. NVIDIA's at the VWAP. Airbnb breaking out new high. Nice.
Ain't no stopping in Airbnb. Can be stopped.
Yeah.
What about the SPY? Gonna make a new all-time high in a couple of minutes. Gonna pop the champagne.
We made a new high yesterday, didn't it?
In the SPY?
I think so. I'm pretty sure the Dow did too, or came close anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. Even Boeing's up today.
Oh, wow. Yes, and very strong as well, breaking out.
I don't know how that relates, but wow. It's just no stopping Airbnb.
It's a very beautiful daily range gap, right? If you look on the daily chart, the price actually moving for a long time in a tight range on the daily chart, and then now the gap up can give beautiful, beautiful trends.
Hmm. Yeah, Airbnb is just using that 9 EMA as basically as support as we just continue to grind higher here. Pushes up a bit and then consolidates back to it and then continues higher.
The pullbacks all pretty shallow. You don't see like
Yes.
huge pullbacks, just consolidations, some passes.
Exactly. Well, Airbnb was definitely one good trade of the day. Amazon pretty choppy. Nice move up at the open, but pretty choppy. Tesla, nice opening range breakout. Now it's kind of choppy.
Intel actually starts to look strong. It's now above
Yeah,
the opening range.
It's up $1 now. Yeah, what was that pullback?
I think it wouldn't be bad to take it long here, actually, Intel. Could work very, very fine.
Amazon.
We should have taken it as well.
Yeah, there's a seller there at just under 189 on Amazon. Yeah. Look at Intel.
Yeah.
Big gap down on end of July.
Yeah, I believe these were the earnings. Yeah,
Yes.
where they announced big
Yeah.
reorganization, laying off a lot of people.
Yeah, I can see this 2212 from August 30th. A lot of volume transacted in this area between sort of 19 and 21